Good morning, teachers. This is to all the teachers out there. Firstly, you need to understand your role in not just society, but in every student's life. You see, to be a successful teacher, you need to put a bit of passion in what you do. You need to put a bit of feelings in what you do. Yes, your target is to teach your students what it is, the subject that you're trying to teach. But we need to also realize and understand that not all subjects are fun. They're not all arts, music, and sports. They are a bit serious. And when you're trying to teach something serious, and then you have this straight, arrogant, scary face, what is the feeling that you're trying to project into your students? They won't like your subject, no matter what you do and how you're teaching it. If this is not a bit smiley, it doesn't have passion, it doesn't have understanding for the students in front of you, if it doesn't have that each student has a different skill set, if it doesn't have that each student needs a bit more time or less time to understand something, and if you don't have the patience to actually change the way you're teaching things, trust me, you will withdraw them away from the subject rather than actually draw their attention to what you're saying. A lot of teachers think that by actually putting a straight face, being this teacher that's like, so strict and so confident and so angry and so emotionless, I'm going to force respect in my classroom. It's not that way, and it will never be. I always say respect comes when you respect yourself and respect the people in front of you, no matter what their walk of life is, no matter where they're coming from, no matter what their situation is. We all have issues, challenges, bad days, good days in our lives. But this does not interfere in the quality of work that you put forward. The minute you walk into a classroom, you need to let go of everything that you have been through the week, the day, the night. Doesn't matter. You need to go with a passion of, it's my time to actually teach, and I'm going to teach it with love. I'm going to teach it with passion. I'm going to connect to my student. Now imagine you're a teacher of math, for example. It's already dry as it is for a lot of your students. And if you go there and your only focus and target is to finish what I have without actually understanding where my students come from, without understanding their feelings, without understanding how complicated it is for them, without putting a nice face on for them to actually start asking me questions, to start communicating with me, without them feeling the barrier that I can't ask this teacher any question because she's going to go mental on me or he's going to go mental on me. You are creating walls, barriers of understanding between you and your student. But when you go to them with passion, with understanding, when you go to them with emotions, you are going to connect with them in a different level. And that's where your success happens. Now, regardless whether you're a teacher, manager, or whatever authority you're holding, if you see yourself as better than everyone else, you're dooming yourself to failure, not success. And when you go to the classroom and you're full of passion, oh my God, I'm going to see my students, okay? I'm going to have fun with them while teaching them. I'm going to connect to them on a personal level. I am going to actually make the dry subject fun for them to understand. I am going to give and take and communicate. It's not a one-way direction. Like everyone in the class is just dead and you're just giving information. Trust me, no matter how focused the student is, they're going to fall asleep. Even if you're doing it for the money. Now, no one in this whole universe is doing a job without receiving the money, because this goes it's a standard. You need to live, you need to also cover your costs, you need to actually, have a good life. But that does not mean to use this job and just be this dry, this no emotions, this a very angry individual, and call yourself this is the quality of a teacher. You are giving the wrong vibes across to your students, and this is not fun. Now, if you want to win your students and you want them to actually be interactive in your classroom, you need to come down to their level. You need to understand your students. You need to understand their weaknesses, their strengths. You need to understand which teaching styles go with them. You need to be passionate yourself about what you're actually teaching. When you're passionate about what you're teaching, it doesn't matter how many times a student asks you the same question. You will never go and say, oh my God, what, are you dumb? Like you're not understanding what I'm saying? Even if you don't say the word dumb, your complexion says it all. Like when you look at someone and you think, seriously? Like, haven't I been talking now for a whole half an hour? You need to realize that people have a different set of learning. Someone will get it from the get-go. Other student might need you to rearrange the way you're saying. It's not all ways lead to Rome. It's all different ways lead to Rome. So if someone is understanding it by theory, another one might understand it practically, someone else might understand it like a story, some other student might understand it with visualization. So you need to understand each student, and if I do them all, then even this first one who understands it from the get-go will get the information installed even further if I use different teaching styles. And if I put just a smile on my face, so to be approachable by my students. So my students actually ask me the questions, ask me to repeat if they don't understand. But if I have a dead face that looks like I have no idea, that even a parent can't ask you a question because you have put up this wall of, oh my God, I'm untouchable. Trust me, even when your students don't understand the thing, they will not dare ask you because you have built this wall. In order to be able to communicate with my students, I need to put this wall down. I need to actually be a human being before understanding that I am a teacher. Yes, your job is not easy. Yes, I understand that in classroom there are different types of students. One of them is noisy, one of them is just wants to distract the class, and so on and so forth. Yes, you need to put order in a classroom, but does not mean to actually teach my lesson after establishing order with a dead face, with a face that has no passion, with a face that's not even a smile on it, with a face that puts me to sleep if I was to listen to this classroom. It's all about being passionate with what you do. And once you put emotions into what you're teaching, it's a completely different game. You know, my job is to teach my students and teach them in the best way. And so I need to be patient. I need to actually have the flexibility. I need to be human. I need to do it with a smile on my face, with a happy face, to be approachable by my students, to listen to them. Not just a one-way direction. It's not a one-way highway with no U-turns. You might need to do loops sometimes, and that's okay, because they need you to do that. Good luck to all the teachers in their careers, in their teaching journey, and good luck to all the students.